Alright, I'm back into ordering again. I'm thinking of kind of continuing on with what I was doing yesterday, kind of surprisingly I suppose, and doing a bit more testing as far as the top tiers go. I mean, I'm still working towards T10. That's the, my next objective in this game at the moment. How long I play this game for today, though, is kind of dependent upon the teams that I get, I suppose, more than anything. Because a lot of the time, the teams I've been getting are just complete puddings. And, yeah, aren't necessarily worth playing with. Wow, really? That's probably the reason why I've not played it much. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get downtiered. Doesn't happen very often, but it is kind of interesting to see and see how your team tends to react, which is generally quite badly from what I've seen. Hello guys, how's it going? I don't think either of you guys saw the lag in Fallout last night, so I'll get a link to the broadcast and you can see for yourselves. I wasn't sure if you if you were watching last night, Vicious. Well, at least saw that anyway. Some might have been downtiered. See you later. I'm not staying there. I'm not fucking towing you out of there either if you get immobilised.
User joined your channel.
Hello.
Oh my god! It's Samuel.
I am back.
You sound a bit wistful, Wit.
I had to have my foot amputated.
Really?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm Snowdonia with a very bad cold. And a case of, like, stage 1 trench foot.
Ooh.
So you got the M60?
Yep.
Watched the video on some random shitty campsite out in the middle of nowhere.
Lord. I got the T54 now as well.
What, the first one?
Yep. I'm just out and about with it at the moment.
What do you think?
T54. Yeah. Not really much to think with it because you don't have to. If you it basically, you know, it's shell-proof against 88s from the front, pretty much, and most 90mm guns will just bounce off it as well, the American ones, unless they're using heat. Heat is the only weakness of this thing from the front. Come across the Leopard using heat and you would toast, but everything else you would just wreck. As long as you can basically fight against weaker opponents, then you're fine, no problem at all. When you get Up tiered, it's a pain in the arse, but it's still capable of doing damage at that tip. And obviously with the matchmaker being as mental as it is at the moment, half the enemy team probably being stuff like King Tiger 10.5s. So, it varies though. I've had games where the enemy team has been consisted of nothing but leopards, pretty much. And that's not much fun, I can tell you.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it's a good design, don't get me wrong. But
Are you researching the second one?
no, I'm researching T10 now.
How long?
Yeah, that's been buffed quite substantially from what I've seen.
What, the T10?
Yeah, and they've nerfed Hesh down as well.
Wow.
I had a game yesterday in the Leopard 1, put a shot into the engine compartment of a T10M with a Hesh round, fragmented straight through his engine and into the fuel compartment, fuel tank, whatever. Like, really hit the fuel tank quite hard with a lot of fragments, didn't set it on fire. Second shot went straight into the gun barrel, which is what I aimed for. Did just turn it yellow basically, and he just turned. This was when he was turning his turret around. He just turned it around completely and shot me. And I was dead. So yeah, but the heat rounds aren't nerfed. So leopards are running around with heat rounds primarily. Everyone that has heat rounds just spams heat rounds. And yeah, I mean, I was in another game yesterday in T.4 and ran into a leopard that heat rounded me, or one-shot heat rounded me, I should say, and then watched as the same leopard sniped a IS-4 from about 2 kilometers away with a heat round and one-shot him.
Whilst I've been away doing Ethel, wasting my life gaining qualification. I've been having a pretty bad time as well.
You have? Well, you've been camped out, haven't you?
Your Fallout gameplay as well.
I've not done any footage from them yet. I've got to go through it because
Sorry, I saw your post there, but I saw like the
pictures and stuff. Yeah.
right up
But yeah, I've got to go through all the footage for that. There's like, I don't know, about 12 hours of footage so far or something. Fallout is just so much fun. It's a nice break from this, that's for sure. Well, that was easy, I suppose. I think I took maybe 2 hits. One of which bounced, and the other one damaged my track slightly.
Right, I've got to run into town quickly.
I did.
So yeah, whilst I'm downloading the numerous water the patches and stealth buffs, which they've not told anybody about, and the improvements, I'll just run out.
Okay. And we win. pretty easy, really. A Russian team that actually knew what they were doing, that's quite surprising, but, you know, wonders and miracles do happen. And actually a decent reward, but the... Oh, it's only worth 12,000, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But kind of not really. Because it's a tier 5 upgrade. And, well, tier 5 vehicle, I suppose. I mean, let's have a look. Once I've got that sorted out, what am I up to then? Just about 5 maybe? I might go for suspension or brake. And then that, I think. Because that's all I need. I don't need that, really. That will do the job 9 times out of 10. I mean, that will, to be honest. The standard on Pearson Men is fine. That's a little bit better, and that's, you know, even better. So, yeah. I'm not sure if you'd seen those 2 games that I've posted, Vicious. I can't remember if you were in the watching the video or watching the stream or not at that point. But there's 2 new videos on YouTube. No more sit for you, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, oh he mad. I do enjoy games like that. Oh, he mad one though, because just catching him like that or killing him twice even. It feels so much better when it does. It's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Didn't actually see how many spawn points that was, but it looks like I've been tempted again. When Gaijin wants to fuck over a player base, he just does this. I'm possibly the only tier 5 tank on my team. There'll be one on their team as well, if it is that way. He'll be in a Leopard or a M47. Although I'd say it's probably a Leopard. Yeah, it would be. But then again, my entire team might have been up-tiered, you see, which is another little feature. What is known as the fuck you need to pay more money to the game maneuver by Gaijin. Basically, the way the matchmaker works is that it will, from time to time, just completely like freak out and throw a complete team of untiered tanks or players up against a higher ranked team. So you'll get this situation, as I've seen before, where literally about, I don't know, 90% of your team is up tiered, and there's very little you can do about it. I mean, you might be a military genius, but you can't really do anything when the odds are that stacked in the enemy's favour. Well, looks like my team are doing well. Yep. Thought as much. That's why I was heading back, because I thought that that panther was going to go around and flank, and that's what he's just done. I almost guarantee that what's capping at the moment is a panther too. He basically went round on my right. He went down there and cut through either midway across the map or right at the top. He's in a panther too, so you know he's got the mobility to go as fast as he wants really, or just to circle the map really. I thought I'd seen another panther moving out that way, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to. Well, my shot was a rush shot, and he was also behind cover by the time I took it. Come on, game. Nah, I'm not gonna get it. Tch. I've got 3 guys left, at least one of those in a plane. We've got 2 spawn campers, so they're pretty much not going to get any tanks in now. Of that I'm pretty sure. Oh, lol! I'm gonna bomb now though, shit. He's still got another big bomb, he's probably gonna try and bring that back for me. Nowhere near, pal. Where's he gone? Oh, where are you, you bastard? I think with regards to high tier games, at least as far as my own kind of player skill goes, or at least perspective, the teams that, I mean, that was a little bit better for my team, but yeah, it's pretty much the same as any game really at the end of the day, but it's easier, I suppose, to do in like the T-54 Russian vehicles, especially the high tier stuff, like the Battle Rain 8 stuff, because they, as I said to Sam, you know, they literally play for themselves. A lot of the shots that you will take, you will just bounce. It's quite simple. From the front, anyway. Apart from the heat rounds. The heat rounds are the kind of game breaker, I suppose, at the top tier combat, because basically a heat round from any of the vehicles that can use them, or at least most of the vehicles that can use them anyway, will just go straight through the armour of almost all opponents, like a hot knife through butter. And kind of therein lies the problem, because you get a problem that no matter how good your armour is, I mean, the armour on the T-54 from the front, like, as I said to Sam, it's proof from 88mm fire, pretty much. I don't think I've ever penetrated the front of D-54 in this game from the front with an 88. I might have done actually if I was above it, and therefore negated its sloped armour. I might have done that maybe once or twice, but not very often. And yeah, they are really a pain in the arse to fight against. But as I say, the tanks, they basically play for themselves as far as the Russians go, at least at this tier, or this battle rank. All of these vehicles, the T-54s, is just so easy to play. You can almost do it one-handed. IS-3, IS-4 and T-10, well, IS-3 and IS-4, they've got the same gun, so I'll do them separately, I suppose, to that. They actually are suffering quite badly at the moment, because their armour just doesn't do anything. There is, at this Battle Rain 8, there is no point in having impressive heavy armour, because the heat rounds will just penetrate it every time. And yeah, there's not really much you can do about it. Angling won't help, because they can just pop it straight through your turret, or wherever, pretty much. And you'll only get occasional ricochets from a heat round, which is, you know, a problem in my mind. In my mind, as far as the heat rounds go, their deflection chance should actually be a little bit higher, because of the way that the shell is shaped. Now, as far as those two, yeah, like as I say, those two suffer at the moment because of the way that the spam of heat rounds is basically in the game. However, T10M doesn't suffer so much because it's got good mobility. It's got a very decently sloped upper glacis. The turret armour is also very well sloped, and the gun is incredible. Well, when I say incredible, it's just very powerful, I suppose. And it can also fire heat round itself, so it doesn't have the same kind of issues as other tanks do. So yeah, those two suffer. That one not so much. These three, as far as I can tell, no, they don't suffer at all. They suffer a little bit at the hands of maybe like heat rounds from the top tier stuff. This one not so much, because you can actually get downtiered in it, which has happened to me in the last 2 games now, which I'm quite surprised about. But these two, they're at Battle Rain 8 automatically, so you're against the top tier stuff. But they also get good ammunition. I think this one gets, yeah, it gets Sabo, which will have ridiculous penetration. Yep, that's got ridiculous, well, not ridiculous, it's just enough, basically. That'll go through the front of a Morse at 2,000 meters. And I'd like to see a Morse penetrate this from 2,000 meters. And that's the 1949 variant. The second one, the 1951, that gets heat, and that is 380 millimeters penetration, which is better than the Sabo. It gets Sabo as well, but yeah, it gets heat. And that 380 millimeters of penetration will go through anything in game at the moment. So yeah, I mean, basically, top tier, like I say, it's still down to the players. It's always down to the players at the end of the day, anyway. But with regards to being kind of noob friendly, the T54 line is the noob friendly line basically. Currently, these aren't because of the matchmaker and the heat rounds map. That's not bad, as I say. It stands more of a chance than those two. It's way more mobile, but still, you know, it will get penetrated and will get killed. However, because it is the new, like, top dog for the Russians, it's probably got quite a broken damage model. From what I saw yesterday, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. So it's probably going to be overperforming for the next few months, I imagine, and it won't change. I mean, as far as the battle rate goes, that will still stay at 8. The funny thing is, though, if I'm pretty sure if they actually did, you know, the statistics for use of these vehicles, that would be ridiculous at the moment. The amount of those that I've seen in game is just insane. Anyway, let's try another game, shall we? Let's see what I get this time. Same map as I had before, but it's a different location as far as the cap point goes. I think I'm going to rush straight for it this time. Get the early cap and then camp it out. There's a nice spot from this flank that I can use, that I had used several times. I've got Americans on our side. So that means we're just against the Germans, and I've been downtiered again, I think. I mean, for me, it's quite sad because of the way that, you know, the game works. I mean, as I said in the last game, you know, my entire team could have been downtiered, yet I was the only one up-tiered, if you understand. Or I was the only one downtiered and everyone else was up-tiered. I've seen it happen before. And what are people doing just fucking turning like that? You're gonna camp there? I mean, fucking really? Yeah, that's 3 T-54s on our side, and or possibly 4. But as I say, I expect at least a similar amount on the enemy team, but it may be more. There we go. They've got something on there already. I would be much closer if it wasn't for 2 idiots on my team just cutting me up there. I know where he is. He's just around this corner. I put me on it. He's just there, around that corner. I'm gonna have to move forward to take him out. Go. That was kind of silly of him, really. Driving through the cap like that. It gave away his position. I knew that, you know, I knew someone had just been in the cap, and then he pulled back like that. So it just gave me the clear shot, really. Well, he didn't pull back. He pushed forwards, and by doing so, he gave markers that told me exactly where he was, because he destroyed the terrain. Two down. Now, I would normally just camp this out, but I don't kind of see the point, because, you know, that's kind of boring. So I'm going to push and see how much punishment this thing can take. I've got a free repair, so I don't really care if I get killed. And yes, thank you for that, Gojin. So 4. That was an AA. I mean, the last 2 were AA, so, you know, kind of easy. Came from my right, yep. Got someone up there. Ah, another leopard. Well, I paid the price for pushing there, I suppose. But, yeah, 5 kills. Not so bad. I think I've got the best award from that.
User disconnected from your channel.
Let's see. IS2, I suppose, or ZSU? ZSU. We've got loads. Yeah, we've got this quite easily, I think. If you look where my team's kind of located, they're actually paying attention. I mean, this is the 3rd good team that I've had today. That's kind of interesting as well. I mean, yesterday it was more puddings that your mind could handle and completely broken as far as you know, game mechanics went. Today I'm having a much easier time with the Russians. Mainly due to matchmaking, I suppose, more than anything. Sometimes people... Yeah, there you go, you've just been hit, mate. I'm not sure what that was that hit him. I'm guessing it was up there. Yeah, there's maybe something up there. Oh, maybe just killed him. Something just got taken out up there anyway. Oh, and that's coming from over there. Right, okay. There's a camper on the other side of the river by the other things. Yeah, he's on the other side of the map. Of course, can't see anything. Weather effects. 2 guys left. One of them, I think, was the one on the other side of the river. I think the other one was that one in the Mustang, so... Oh, it wasn't P51, sorry. It was the one on that. Who just crashed? Wouldn't be surprised if the last one does make a moving on to the cap. It will be right at the end, I think. Again, a relatively easy win. Again, why am I putting up the radio operated skills? There's no point. He's not in the tank. This only has 4. As you can see, no radio operated. Normally you'd see the radio operated there. On World War II designs that was kind of standard. But this isn't a World War II design. So therefore, he's not there. Oh! He got gaijined. Downtiered again. That's what, third time on the trot. I hate to say, Carl, I think your theory is, well, I thought it was your theory. I mean, I've said that before. You know, I've seen games where this kind of thing happened, and yeah, it's the matchmaker. It's just terrible. It really is. If Gaijin don't get rid of it as soon as possible, I mean, like, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 months, I really just don't see the game going anywhere as far as growth goes. Just people aren't going to put up this shit. It's utter crap. There's no balance here at all. I will be the first to admit that this is just completely broken. What? Really? Oh. And he hasn't realised what I've just done. Oh. Great. Number 5. I did get a little bit lucky there, I suppose, but it does happen from time to time. I mean, basically, those two, the Panther 2 and the M41, they both went behind me. Completely oblivious to the fact I was there. How? I don't know, because I was continually shooting from that position. Wow. M19. It's invulnerable, apparently. There we go. Number 6. So is that 3 ace games I've had now, or just 2? I can't remember. I seem to remember getting... No, I actually only got 4 in that second game. Or was it 5? No, it was 5, yeah. Okay. I mean, I suppose I think I was looking this one, as I already said, you know, with that. Those 2 that went behind me and didn't, you know, see or do anything about me being there. Number 7. And 2 assists as well. Yeah, I was having the same thing yesterday as well. Well, Trenderus. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I just stopped. I'd had enough. But today I've had, was it 3 teams so far now that have been decent enough for me to get 3 wins, relatively easy wins as well. That's number 8. Oh, keep it list low. Awesome. Whoops. It was after the game that ended anyway. Brilliant. But, well, yeah, so that was another walk in the park, really. Still pants RP, though, I have to say. Considering, you know, I killed all 8 players in a tier 5 game. Well, I say tier 5 game, half the enemy team probably wasn't. Half my team probably wasn't, at least. But, you know. Oh, I was going to check, see how many games that was, so let's have a look. Victory, victory, victory. 4 games actually today so far. Then I've had decent teams. That's miraculous almost. $310 spawn points, so I'm top 2 again. At least I think I am. Yep, pretty sure I am now. Looking at the team. Yeah. I mean, I do feel sorry for the enemy team, but at the same time, you know, how else am I supposed to apply this vehicle or test it? I can run it at 8.0, but this is 7.7, and it's not fully upgraded. If I throw it up against 8.0 vehicles, I'm guessing it. Well, I'm not guessing. I'm pretty sure it will struggle against certain types, like the M60. The rest of the enemy vehicles it will face, not so much, but yeah, it will still struggle a little bit, I think, and it can't really deal with the Morse either. But it's not. I mean, it's just really how bad this game can be. I suppose this exemplifies it. It was a case in last, before the last update, or last battle rating change, that the IS-3 was this vehicle. The fail of the month. Wow. Just so much wow. Ferdinand's just dead. He literally is dead. I'm gonna kill him now. There really is so much wow in this game at the moment. Wow. Oh. I'm kind of surprised that happened there. But, you know. Oh my god. He actually got through my armor somehow. Not that it's that's actually going to do him any good. He's still dead. And I'm going to kill his friend because his friend doesn't know I'm here. It's target 2. Well, I'll take my time with this guy. Yeah, a little bit more RP for it. Okay, so... oh, there's a cap point just down there. That's 4 I've killed now, is it? Yep. None of those that I just killed were of the same battle range as I am. They're all 1.0 at least below me. And this is apparently balanced. Well-developed game. Something Gaijin should be proud of. That's one. There's another one just there, and another one there as well. He really's not going to face me. Okay, and we can die. That's 5. Number 6. Oh, I'm dead. So I decapped and killed 6 of them. Not too shabby. But then again, I'm not going to brag about that at all. This is a T-54 and it's been downtiered. Oh, that wasn't me. No. Yes! Got a hit. Took his elevator out, I think. Oh. Kill stealers everywhere. So, yeah, let's have a look, shall we? They've lost almost all of the team. They've got 5 left. We've lost 1, I think. I mean, we've had more deaths, obviously, but so have they. Well, you know, what you can see I'm highlighting is that they've had a lot more, and we've got almost the entire team in action. Don't think we've got any T-54s left. Nope. But we don't need them at this point because we are literally mopping up the enemy. It's a done deal, so to speak. In fact, we had the Russians, the Americans on our side as well. Yeah, just they didn't stand a chance, I don't think. Unless our team was an absolute bunch of noobs. You know, that's the only real way that we would have lost this game. And unfortunately for the enemy, that wasn't the case. Hey, tree! Let's come back. So let's have a look. They've got no one left now. Okay, moving.
User joined your channel.
Hello again, Sam.
Sorry, I left. My brother decided to exit me out of TeamSpeak.
Sorry?
I said my brother decided to close
Yeah,
TeamSpeak.
I heard.
Like the scrub he is.
I've just had 5 winning games with
54.
yeah, 254. I got aces in 4 of them, I think. I got 5 kills at least.
Yeah, it took me literally less than 20 games to fully upgrade that thing.
I mean, I played it yesterday, but my teams were just shite. I mean, utter shite, and I think I was getting up to it quite a lot yesterday as well.
Yeah, before I left to go to Snowdonia, I had a couple of games in the morning that I was leaving. Of Russian 6.3, so I was obviously getting into 6.7 games, and I had about 8 losses in a row.
Yeah. Seems more than anything that let the tank down, not the opposite way around. The issue that I do find though is getting one shot by heat rounds from leopards. That's a pain in the arse.
Yeah, they said that's literally what I've seen on. I mean, I did when I was bored. I did sneakily, like, you know, just have a look around Reddit, and had like responses to some of the stuff that I put on there, saying that like the War Thunder matchmaker apparently is supposed to have something in it that prevents an entire team of leopards from actually happening, but it doesn't. Like, it doesn't actually work. Instead, you'll get an entire team of leopard ones just because the matchmaker's broken to hell.
Yep. Well, it's not because the matchmaker's broken to hell. It's because it's the flavour of the month. Basically, you know, they brought 3 new vehicles into this game, this patch. You got the Leopard, the M60, and the T10. The T10 and the M60 are both at battle rating 8, so they don't get the chance to get the games that the Leopard will get. Same thing for the T54 47, which is getting down-tiered into a 6.7 game. Because there's so many players wanting to play with 6.7s, the matchmaker freaks out and down-tiers the Leopard and the T54 1947, and the M47 for that matter as well. Not so much, but they all get down-tiered into 6.7 games. And it's like the last 5 games I've had, the last one, I think there was maybe 3 or 4 of us that were in T54s. In fact, I'm not sure even if that. But, yeah, I mean, that's happening. And, you know, obviously it depends on the team.
The thing that we were currently talking about was... Oh, 1 second, I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, it was, you know how, like... And I feel really bad quoting it, saying that this aspect is actually better than War Thunder, but whatever. In World of Tanks, where they used to have that thing in the matchmaker that would that you would say, look, you know, if this team has 6 heavies and the other team has 5, well, we'll give the other team slightly more tank destroyers. You know, we'll try and even it out a little bit. Whereas the War Thunder matchmaker's just like, oh, we've got loads of people queuing, they're all in there.
It doesn't work that way at the moment. They are planning on implementing that at some point, but how far down the line that is remains to be seen. That also wouldn't work for realistic forces ground combat as well. Unless it locks people out from being able to select their vehicle, they should be able to select whatever they want and stuff.
One comment was actually pointing out the fact that in War Thunder you're not selecting a specific vehicle as you would in World of Tanks. In War Thunder you've got a lineup that you create yourself with multiple vehicles. But I get your point, you know. But, you know, if everybody on the opposing team, for example, and they're all German, and they've all got a Tiger 2H in their lineup, everybody on the enemy team can bring a Tiger 2H.
Yeah. I mean, what they should do is make it so, it like blocks them out, or locks them out, so that they can't, you know, once the first 4 people have already selected it. Yeah, it might be unfair, but it evens the teams out. It creates more variation rather than what you get at the moment, which is entire Tiger 1 teams, or entire Leopard teams, or entire Tiger 2H teams.
Yeah.
Which it leads to monotonous gameplay.
Well, I had a good point saying, you know how the vast majority of Russian players, because he said he actually watched a Russian streamer, and what he's figured out with the vast majority of Russian players is the battle rating of the first T-54 is 7.7, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I think, yeah. He said what they'll do is they'll bring in the first T-54 at 7.7, but everything else in their lineup will be 6.7 because that's all they've got. So everything else in their lineup can compete in the 6.7 game they're bringing, right? But they're doing it A, on purpose to down tier themselves with the first T-54 into a 6.7 game, and B, because they've literally gone for the first T-54 knowing that they'll ultimately get down tiered, you know, in the vast majority of their games.
Yeah,
So what
like
he
it's
pointed out saying was, if the game can realise that, you know, he's got a load of 6.7 stuff and he's actually got a 7.7 vehicle, why, you know, maybe it should lock him out of that 7.7 vehicle until he's, you know, actually gotten a couple of kills and...
No, that's just stupid. What they need to do is basically get rid of the fucking matchmaker. If they created the spread and made the spread bigger, it wouldn't be an issue. You know, like I said, put it up to 10 points of battle rate, if in the meantime, until they actually, you know, replace it completely. As currently, it's just a pile of shit. The current system, the other quick thing they could possibly do, which might work, is to lower the spread down to like 0.7 for the current one, rather than up the amount of battle rating figures to 10. If they dropped it down to 0.7, you wouldn't get this issue where T-54s would get down tiered into 6.7 games. They'd only get down tiered into 7.0 games, and that wouldn't be so bad because it'd be like King Tiger 10.5s, Jag Tigers, T95s, and M46s, which, you know, can at least stand a bit more of a chance. Yeah, I think that's probably the only way that they could solve it quickly, at least. But whether or not they can do that with the current coding or the system that they've got is a different matter. And to be honest, I'm not sure if they will do, because apparently, you know, Gaijin have had plans to put a new matchmaker in place now for the last year or so. It's just that they forgot to put it in. I mean, what it should do is there should be a bracket, like post-war vehicles just shouldn't be fighting against World War II vehicles. I mean, it's another really good example is the Morse. The Morse is just a bag of shit, really, in this game. It's just a joke for the Russians to shoot heat shells at, or the Americans to shoot heat shells at. The armour is just pointless. It's pointless. It's completely pointless having those levels of armour mixed with the mobility and the size of that vehicle. It basically just makes it a massive target that enemies are just going to pan the shit out of. It can't compete against really any of the Russian heavies, the IS-3 included. The IS-3 used well will just, you know, completely outflank a Morse, or just bypass it completely. It won't have to fight against it if it doesn't want to. Whereas the Morse has to fight pretty much what it can reach or what it can see.
That's basically because they've... I'm going to have to run off quickly and go grab some lunch, but yeah, I am still downloading the patches apparently, so I should be on later. So yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, Frag. Alright, let's go for 6 times lucky, shall we? See what I get this time. I'm not going to increase the ammo count. Whenever I do for this map, I then forget for the next few games on other maps and get annihilated. Okay, so yeah, I got fucked by the game mode. Although it looks as though, yes, once again I've been downtiered. So yeah, six times that I've tried this, and 6 times I've been down tier with the T54 today. Apparently there's no bias in this game. Yes. Believe that if you will. Okay, looks like the enemy team is bad at a guess, because they've not sent anyone out on this flank, which is kind of silly. Really silly. Well, I've not seen any players yet. But they are there, they're being getting killed. As normal. This is... I mean, as I said, you know, this is basically Gaijin at their worst with regards to this game at the moment. And this is the reason why I think it's kind of unplayable at the top tier. Well, not... Sorry, this isn't even top tier, I should point that out. But it's a good example, I suppose, of how it is. And they've not changed this. That's the amusing thing that I find. The Leopard 1, although it's a useful and decent machine, doesn't have the armour or silhouette of this. The T-54 has a really low silhouette in comparison to its Western contemporaries. And it makes a lot of difference when you're fighting against one, or fighting with them even. A boot. We've got 3 players left. Oh, we did a little bit worse this time. They actually managed to kill 3 players and knock them out. That's impressive. Again, I can't say it's down to the matchmaker, you know, putting just shit players together or what. I assume it is. But whether or not matchmaker is doing that on purpose or if it's just random, I honestly don't know. Considering the logic I've seen in this game so far, I wouldn't like to try and find out either. Because it may just be a case of it being gaijin. They're going down. And you messed that up, mate. Big time. Oh. Oh. Okay, so there we go. We win. No real problem there. I think you're fine. So what was that? Is that 7 games now I've been downtiered, or was that the 6th? I obviously lost count. That's the 600 towards the T10, nice, so I'll have that. Let's see. Well, I mean, to be honest, I couldn't. The accuracy is fine. I don't really need to do that. I need that for obvious reasons, but that's going to be secondary to that, because that's just silly. In the meantime, I'll research the suspension. Right. So, how many kills was that? Just the 3 players yet. Not so good in that game, but still, not too bad. As far as we all didn't die, obviously. I've still, no, I've not got any free repairs left, but to be honest, that's dirt cheap to repair. It's just stupidly cheap. Yeah, so let me just check anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, yeah. 6 games so far today. Okay. 7 times unlucky, you think? I mean, I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to get down-tiered or not this game. But again, I think what I'll do is I'll do a 10-game test. That'll be the easiest way to do it. I mean, yesterday wasn't a case of getting down-tiered at all, I don't think. Maybe I did get down-tiered maybe 1 game or 2 games yesterday out of like 10. But today, 6 so far out of 6. Yes. Oh, really? Could have sworn I've not done it with this one before, at least anyway. I've not, at least I've not tried. But I know you can get over it. It might be actually be easier down there. I reckon like it is at the moment, so I'll do that instead. Come on, come on, come on. Don't just leave me here. See, this is just par for the norm now on this map for me, at least from what I've seen of players using this or abusing it, because this is effectively out of the boundaries of the map. As you can see, if I don't get back in, I'm in. But yeah, you can. People do this all the time, as you can see. I mean, I'm behind the third person now that's gone down here. Apparently, this is a legitimate move, according to Guardian. That's why it's here. Personally, I don't think it is. I think this is kind of underhanded, but I also think this map is too small as well. There you go. One thing I did notice, by the way, is I have been updated. At least to a point, I've been updated. Whether or not the enemy... Oh, hello. Yeah, whether or not the enemy is not updated. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was that it showed me. I think it was a leopard, but I don't know. Oh, hello. Easy. Here it is. And I'm pretty much in their spawn point. Oh, hello. No, he's dead. This now is almost not even a challenge, driving this around. Today, at least. I mean, yesterday it was a bit of a different matter. I think yesterday the teams were quite to blame. But today, yeah, my teams have been okay. At least not puddings. And they've been certainly capable of killing the enemy vehicles, which yesterday they weren't. Alright, now I've pretty much just got to drive back into the cap. They've got 4 left. And they've managed to... they've killed 4 of our guys this time. And they did have the Americans as well. So they probably did have some M60s. I've not really seen any... well, apart from those like 4 that I came across, or 5. I've not really seen much of the top tier stuff. In fact, I've not seen any Battle Rain 8 vehicles. You know the other thing as well, I forgot to put the better ammo in. I've got the better ammo to use and didn't bother putting it in. It's only like 5 extra millimeters of penetration, but every little bit helps, you know. Yep, this is the 47. So, this is the first time I've been up to here today. 1 in 7, that is. Most amusing is what I say. That's it, we win. I'm not sure how many times I've been killed today either. Once, I think. Maybe. So, yeah, 1 in 7. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's that you've linked. Come on, let's have a look. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I like that. I chuckled. Right, now this time I know I've been uptiered by the spawn points cost. However, I don't care. Because now I have the better ammo. So it's a case of, yeah, screw you guys. I'm going to shoot you. And you're going to die. Well, I say better ammo. This is better than what I had. That's the main thing. I'm going to push up towards A and defend it. For a change, I don't normally do this. I'm thinking at the moment, like, with regards to the matchmaker, that what could possibly fix it at the moment would be euthanasia. It would probably be the most merciful thing that they could do for it as well. But as far as, like, you know, burial at sea goes or anything like that, no. I think they could cover it up with cat litter and let it rot. Let all of the resources that we put into it be recycled. And all the proceeds from those recycled parts should be given to charity. Somehow I only just saw that guy.